Today is an important day in the lives of our students. We are requesting your assistance in providing them with a dignified ceremony. Please silence your cell phones at this time. Once the graduates are seated, we ask that you remain in your seats so that every guest can view the ceremony. Refrain from using any noisemakers to ensure all graduates receive the recognition which they have earned. Air horns and other noisemakers may call attention to a particular individual at the expense of disturbing the ceremony and denying other graduates and their families the honor of hearing their name called. Thank you for your cooperation with this to provide our graduates with the kind of orderly and respectful ceremony which they deserve.
Good afternoon. I'm Rebecca Mocha, Student Government Association President. Please stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of our national anthem by the Seminole Ridge Chorus. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare above the singing air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. I now have the pleasure of introducing our principal, Dr. James Campbell.
Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca is the daughter of Rudolph and Rhonda Mocha. She will attend Florida Atlantic University in the fall and major in nursing. Thank you to the Hawk Battalion, JROTC Color Guard, and Sabre Arch Team under the direction of Colonel Anthony Reyes, First Sergeant Bobby Parler, and Master Sergeant Margarita Bonner. Thank you to our band under the direction of Daniel Harvey and the chorus under the direction of Wes Rayner. Good morning to all of our guests. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students, welcome to the graduation of the class of 2017. These young men and women have put in a great deal of work to reach this day, and I want to thank everyone for joining us to honor this outstanding class. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guest on the stage. Superintendent for the School District of Palm Beach County, Dr. Robert Avosa. Deputy Superintendent, Chief of Schools, Dr. David Christensen. North Region Instructional Superintendent Secondary, Dr. Joseph Lee. School Board Member, Marcia Andrews. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Keith Oswald. Chief of Human Resources, Dr. Gonzalo LaCava. Principal of Osceola Creek Middle School, Nicole Daly. Principal of Western Pines Middle School, Bob Hatcher. Principal of Acreage Pines Elementary, Darlene Karbowski. Principal of Frontier Elementary, Susan Groth. Principal of Golden Grove Elementary, Dr. Adam Miller. Principal of Loxahatchee Groves Elementary, Richard Meyerson. Principal of Pierce Hammock Elementary, Ariel Alejo. Current principal of Somerset Academy JFK Charter School, but 13 years ago, the principal of H.L. Johnson Elementary, where she was the first principal of several of our graduates, including our valedictorian and salutatorian, Sharon Hinch. Assistant Principal Brian McClellan. Senior class sponsor Lynn Moylan. Senior class sponsor Marie Pelfrey. Announcing all of the graduates, Kim Grinder. Our valedictorian, Rowan Pelfrey. Our salutatorian, Alyssa Pace. Our senior class president, Madison Machado. And to honor his retirement after 11 years at Seminole Ridge and 46 years total in education, math teacher Bob Weiss. Providing sign language interpretation, Amy Hare and Jamie Aranda. And joining us in the audience from the city of Westlake, Mayor Roger Manning and Vice Mayor Katrina Long Robinson. Now I'm honored to have the opportunity to introduce and welcome our superintendent, Dr. Robert Avosa. Dr. Avosa became superintendent of the School District of Palm Beach County in June 2015. The Palm Beach County School District is the 11th largest district in the country with a student enrollment of more than 186,000 students. The annual budget exceeds $2.3 billion, and the district is the largest employer in Palm Beach County with over 21,000 employees. Avosa's one-year anniversary in Palm Beach County was marked by significant achievements. 21 elementary schools, formerly rated D or F, raised their grade to a C or higher. Palm Beach County outperformed all other large districts in Florida in 7 of 11 state accountability categories, including English language arts, math, science, and social studies. Avosa also oversaw a reduction in out-of-school suspensions, as well as a rollout of a 5-year strategic plan focused on closing the achievement gap for all students. Dr. Avosa is a Broad Academy Fellow and a member of Chiefs for Change, an esteemed network of state and district education chiefs. He serves locally on the boards for the American Heart Association, Career Source Palm Beach County, the Children's Services Council, Criminal Justice Commission, and the Education Foundation of Palm Beach County. Prior to becoming a superintendent, Dr. Avosa spent 10 years as a Florida teacher and principal. He is a University of South Florida graduate with a bachelor's degree in exceptional education and behavior disorders, as well as a master's degree in special education. He earned his doctorate from Wingate University. Dr. Avosa and his wife Kelly have 2 children who attend Palm Beach County Public Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Avosa.
Congratulations, the day is finally here. You're graduating. And on behalf of the 22,000 plus employees, we are so happy and thrilled to think about your future. But let's also take a moment and think about what's happened over the last 2 decades.
William Jefferson Clinton.
George Walker Bush.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Every day I'm shuffling.
at my dab. Look at my dab.
That girl is a real crowd, please.
One eternity later.
Welcome, you've got mail.
Yahoo!
I'd like to start off by thanking our communications department for putting that little video together for the class of 2017. Thank you so much. And congratulations. I want you to stop for just a moment and think about what those last 18 years have been like, and the world that you're in is changing so fast. Your future is without boundaries, and the videos just shows you how quickly limits are stretched and broken to really accelerate change. As superintendent, I've had the great pleasure of watching thousands of students walk across stages, and I will tell you that the world that you're moving into today more than ever will continue to evolve and change. And so you can't just stop by saying, hey, I'm going to go get a college degree and I'm going to make it. The reality is many of you will have 5 or 6 different jobs over your lifetime, some of which have not even been created yet. The class of 2017 has experienced some of the most dramatic changes in technology, entertainment, pop culture. You've seen world events that have changed our entire world. I hope this motivates you to truly believe that nothing is impossible after you walk across this stage. I'm proud of you, and I'm also proud of your principal. I think he also exemplifies the importance of continuing to learn. Let's congratulate him on receiving his doctorate degree. And I also want to take a moment because, young men and women, as you go on to the world of work and college and career, etc., know that there have been so many important people that have helped you reach this milestone. So if we could just for a moment, if all the teachers in the audience that are here with us today stand up, and let's give these men and women a huge round of applause for their work. As superintendent, I'm so grateful for the work that you do each and every day in our classrooms. Teaching is a very difficult job. They do it because they love it, and they're making a huge difference in our community. So thank you so much. And to the class of 2017, I wish you nothing but the best, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Avosa, for honoring our graduates with your inspirational words. Now, please welcome to the podium Senior Class President Madison Machado to share her reflections for the class of 2017.
Good afternoon, families, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. I am Madison Machado, Class of 2017 President. First, I'd like to share a quote once said by one of our presidents. Making your mark on the world is hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it, but it's not. It takes patience, it takes commitment, and it comes with plenty of failure along the way. The real test is not whether you avoid this failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it, whether you choose to persevere. Class of 2017, we finally did it. We all worked so hard to get to this point, and our hard work did not go to waste. A high school diploma is a tremendous tool in this world, one that can open many doors of opportunities for anyone who has worked hard enough to obtain one. The class of 2017 has made its mark on Seminole Ridge in so many different areas. Our classmates have been on state championship teams in multiple events. We have classmates on the girls flag football championship teams. We have members of the band who have placed multiple times in the state championships, and we can't forget our cheer team classmates that are always on top. Another organization that the class of 2017 has made its mark on would be Dance Marathon, which raises money for Children's Miracle Network at University of Florida. We are blessed to be a part of its inaugural year 3 years ago and helped to raise $41,043.17 this year. Knowing that as students, with the help of our community, can raise that much money for something so rewarding is incredible. We can't forget the ones that helped us make our mark, our parents and teachers. I would like to thank my parents for being my #1 supporters. I'm forever grateful for everything you've done for me, especially with these past 4 years. You pushed me to reach my full potential and have been there at times I needed you the most. I would also like to recognize 2 ladies that helped us make the 4 years of high school as enjoyable as can be. Our class sponsors, Ms. Pelfrey and Ms. Moylan. I am extremely grateful for the time and dedication you two have put into making these past 4 years ones to remember. Now to my fellow graduates, 4 years later and we're finally graduating. Look at the people sitting around you and congratulate one another because each of you deserve this moment. Throughout 4 years, we made new friends, joined clubs, and became a part of this big family. As a class, we've shared many good times and not so good times, such as Spirit Weeks, lip dubs, a hurricane causing our homecoming to be rescheduled, a very interesting election, and one activity close to our hearts, pep rallies. Parents, friends, and staff, in case you did not know, class of 2017 boys Powerpuff cheerleaders beat every other class for 2 years in a row. I mean, I believe we won a 3rd time this year, but that's another story. If you have questions as to what I'm talking about, ask your graduate after the ceremony. Seniors, the road that lies ahead of us won't be easy. There's going to be obstacles, mistakes, and roadblocks along the way. But we've made it to this far, so keep up the good work. Nothing worthwhile is easy, and that includes making the most out of our futures. Whether you're going to college or going straight into the workforce, we will keep pushing because we know what we can achieve, and that no matter what it is, it'll be worth it. From this day forward, I hope that we can make each decision with our best interest in mind. Let us believe in ourselves so that we reach our goals and fulfill our dreams. Let us do whatever makes us the happiest, and may we succeed in whatever path we take. We've already taken the first step by making it to this ceremony today. Now it's time to take the next steps in the journey of our lives ahead and begin to build our futures. Congratulations, class of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Madison, the daughter of Israel and Nina Machado, will be attending Palm Beach State College to pursue a degree in nursing. And now I'm pleased to invite to the podium our salutatorian, Alyssa Pace, to deliver her address.
Thank you. Good afternoon, friends, families, teachers, administrators, and fellow graduates. It is an extraordinary honor to be given the opportunity to speak in front of my peers. I am not an administrator with years of experience, but a student like yourselves, experiencing this day for the first time and the last. It's funny how you can look forward to something for so long, and you can picture it and plan for it, but you never really know what it's going to be like until suddenly you're in it, experiencing it. Unlike the majority of my fellow graduates, my high school journey did not begin at Seminole Ridge. I started my freshman year at Wellington High School. I remember my very first day. I arrived early and tried to find a few familiar faces, but there weren't many. And as the school year progressed, the unfamiliar faces remained unfamiliar. I would go from one class to another, some days never saying a word. I felt like I never saw the same person twice. I grew to think that this is what high school was supposed to be like. It was meant to be difficult, Finding your place was part of the challenge, but I was wrong. I eventually decided that, although it was a good school, Wellington just wasn't the place for me. I officially registered for Seminole Ridge High School, and it was the best decision I've ever made. From the moment I set foot on campus, I could feel the wholeness of the atmosphere. It was an environment that promised both scholarship and camaraderie. I began to look forward to going to school every day. This was the high school I had been hoping for. It is here that I had the privilege of working with some of the most outstanding educators I have ever had. All of them have a true passion for what they do, embracing the responsibility of changing future generations by working to educate students beyond the content of an academic curriculum. They have all expressed a genuine interest in our education, shared with us their valuable insights about the world, and given us encouragement for the future. Ms. Carbone showed me the importance of just being in the moment and that government is more fun with singing, dancing, and pom-poms. Ms. Caceres, that you can find true self-fulfillment in doing what you love. Ms. Hagan, that everyone has the opportunity to love and be loved deeply. Ms. Nicho, to be confident in your character and that leadership starts with you. Ms. Baramita, to treat others with compassion because you never know where they're coming from, and that it's okay to be a nerd because your efforts will pay off in the end. Mr. Wright, that the passion of your work is what makes your product valuable. And Mr. Grinder not only taught me that cats are almost as good as dogs, but that hardship can be overcome with grace and resilience. But these teachers have touched more lives than just mine. No classroom would be complete without the students of Seminole Ridge. It didn't take long for me to become fully immersed in the Hawk culture. There was an immediate sense of community and school spirit. It wasn't as if the school operated independently from its student body, but thrived on its involvement. Everyone seemed to know each other, to be engaged, interacting with their teachers, playing sports, joining clubs, and both planning and attending school events. I was reunited with old friends and introduced to new ones. People were willing to get to know me, even if I was too shy to speak first. I no longer felt like I was invisible, a body in a desk or a face in a hallway. I felt welcome, like I belonged, like this was my school. It is this sense of belonging that made me realize something far beyond the average day of high school. I realized that we are all living the moments that we have looked forward to from the very beginning of our educational careers. Moments that they show of teenagers on television and in movies. Moments that our parents and teachers look back on and remember. I realized how incredible it is that we were all born in the same span of time, that we all grew up living in such close proximity to one another, to have all of our lives intertwined here in high school. High school is where we have all experienced milestones that we will carry with us into our adult lives. Learning how to drive, getting a first job, earning the right to vote, and deciding which college to attend. We were all here doing it all together. High school shouldn't be something you try to rush through. It should be something you hold on to and appreciate as you prepare to take on the future. And so, my fellow graduates, I leave you with some words of advice. Cherish these final moments as high school students. Remember the sight of the hallways, the classrooms, the desks that you sat in, the sound of the bell you heard 11 times a day, the conversations you shared with your friends in the cafeteria. All of these familiarities are about to become memories. Today, we recognize the closing of an important chapter, but we celebrate the beginning of a new volume in the collection of the stories of our lives. As we prepare to embark on our journeys into the future, I encourage all of you to cherish each memory, but continue to look ahead. Notice every detail, but never lose sight of the bigger picture. Appreciate the good times, but be grateful for the wisdom that can be gained from the difficult times. Surround yourself with good company, because when life gets hard, it's better not to go at it alone. Recognize that respect is earned through hard work and dedication, and do what makes you happy because it's what defines who you are. I would like to take a moment to thank Dr. Campbell and the Seminole Ridge administrative staff for their efforts in cultivating an environment that is both safe and conducive to education. It is because of them that year after year, students are able to be honored in this way for their highest levels of achievement. I would also like to thank the teachers with whom students interact on a daily basis. It is moments like these that you should know that what you do really makes an impact on such young and impressionable minds. I would also like to thank the friends and families in attendance. Mom, Dad, from the time I was little, you both have always encouraged me to do my very best. From driving me to school and packing my lunch, to helping me prepare for interviews and taking me on college tours, you have been there to help me overcome challenges and celebrate milestones. It is through your sacrifice and unconditional love that I have been able to pursue opportunities for success. It is because of you that I am here today, stronger, more confident in myself, and ready to take on the next phase of life. And lastly, I would like to thank my peers. Some of you I've known since elementary school, and some of you I've just gotten to know over the course of this year. But regardless of when or how we met, we have all gotten to share in some of the most formative years of our lives. So, as we prepare to part ways, I wish you all the best of luck. Remember that no matter where our future takes us, we always have been and always will be Hawks. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa, the daughter of Gary and Julie Pace, will attend the University of Florida in the fall to study biomedical engineering. At this time, I ask the seniors to stand as the chorus leads us in the singing of our alma mater with lyrics by Mr. Wes Rayner. Seniors, stand up. You may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Rayner and the chorus. Now, please join me in welcoming to the podium the valedictorian of the Seminole Ridge class of 2017, Rowan Pelfrey, to deliver the valedictorian's address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates and teachers. It has truly been a long 4 years, but in this moment, it feels like no time has gone by at all. Before I get into this message, I'd like to recognize some people that have made a great impression on me. Mr. Gerfers, thank you for being a great person to talk to in bad times and good. You've showed me how important it is to support others. The Medvetses, thank you for making me feel like I belong to a family other than my own. You are truly inspirational women that make me feel like I can be successful and powerful. Mrs. Grosso, you've been such an amazing support system for my math classes, whether you were my teacher or not. I'd also like to thank the rest of my math teachers for being great at what they do and making math tolerable for me. Mrs. Seaman, who will forever be Miss Jenkins to me, thank you for being the most phenomenal history teacher and helping me to get a 5 in AP US History. Thank you, Frick and Ahmad, for being the most entertaining science teachers. Thank you to Mrs. Long for always being there to discuss musicals with, and my other teachers. Thank you for the countless hours you spend trying to better the lives of your students, because I know firsthand just how much work goes into teaching. These are some of the people who've made an impression on me, but at the same time, I've made an impression on them. Yes, whether I wanted to or not, I've made an impression on every teacher I've had and every person I've met, and so have you. With every word you speak to another person or any glance you give, you show them a part of you, whether it's good or bad. I have tried my best to make good impressions on every person that I encounter. I do this by being respectful and by trying to follow directions without complaint. No, I have not always made a good impression on everyone. That's impossible, but it's important to try. Trying to be the best version of yourself proves to others that you are a strong person with a desirable personality. I'd like to spend a moment appreciating someone who is responsible for making my high school experience remarkable. Thank you, Mr. Rayner. I've met all of my closest friends and learned how to be a truly exceptional performer through chorus. For those of you who don't know, the school choir is a fantastic group of people with incredible discipline and work ethic. I can't tell you enough how much this program benefited me. Thank you, Mr. Rayner, and thank you to the choir. Thank you to the theater department. You've kept me busy and happy for 4 long years. So happy, in fact, that I'm going to pursue a career in musical theater. And finally, a thank you to my parents, who made it a wonderful thing that they both worked where I went to school. I could not have wished for a better high school experience. I know that I've made impressions on people that I didn't even know were possible. I know this because my elementary school principal is sitting on the stage right behind me. I know this because of the nice things that my teachers say to me. What kind of impressions have people left on you? Use these impressions to shape how we treat others. I'd like to leave one last impression upon you, but before I do so, I would like to thank a few important people. First, I'd like to thank the very talented Jake Crapes for being so willing to compose music for my crazy request, and I would like to thank Freddie Caceres for playing the guitar to make my song a reality. I hope that this impression is a good one, and that the ones you make in the future will be great as well. It's hard to think of what to say as we go our separate ways. Good luck and well wishes or a subtle congrats. It's hard to capture what we're feeling. Ooh. I think back on all of the years, the seagull invasion that caused such fears, the gas leak that cut the day short, or the hurricane that was nothing of the sort. All of the straight A's I made, trying my best to make that grade. Fighting hard to get that part in every show that was my art. I'll never forget the friends I've met, the teachers I've had, and those I'll have yet. I'll miss you all, some more than others, especially my father and mother. We're ready for the future, whatever it may bring. Here's hoping it's bright, but we'll take defeat in stride. Every heartbreak and triumph will strengthen us as we go. So I guess this is goodbye. I'll never forget these times, the memories we shared and those we soon will make us greater people. This is my dream. So let's go out and begin.
Thank you, Rowan. Rowan, the daughter of Dale and Marie Pelfrey, plans to attend the University of West Florida to major in theater and history. Seniors, today we gather to honor you and celebrate your outstanding accomplishment. At our first senior class meeting in August, I told you that my main goal was to see you walk across the stage at graduation and to hand you your diploma. And now we are only moments from realizing that goal. Before that moment arrives, I know many of you have received tremendous support from parents, family, and friends on your journey to this day. I would like to ask for the parents of our graduates to stand and be recognized. Students, let's give them a round of applause. There's another group who deserve thanks as well. They worked with you, encouraged you, and often pushed and prodded you to reach this day. Would our teachers, counselors, and staff please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Every school has a mission and vision, why they exist, what they will do for their students. Seminole Ridge's mission? To engage all students in a superior education through which they may achieve their highest potential. I think that all mission statements have the same underlying theme, student growth. Every school exists to be a part of and to facilitate your growth for the next phase of your lives. That growth comes in many forms. There is physical growth, like the boy I met as a principal at Acreage Pines Elementary. He was a third grader, little guy, a lot of hair, and a big, sly smile. Now he's grown into a linebacker, weightlifter, wrestler, volleyball player, and cheerleader at the Ridge. There's social growth, like another student from that third grade class. He struck me as a rather shy student who always spoke in a quiet voice, but that definitely changed over the years. That quiet boy grew into the loudest voice at the noisiest table in the cafeteria, and yet we'll miss him next year. Another type of growth is in maturity and behavior. With roughly 600 new freshmen every year, it can take time to get to know the new students. However, one young lady quickly became known to all administrators, and unfortunately, not in a positive way. Within the first month, we all knew her name. If there was some type of conflict going on, she was there. We weren't sure who was going to have a harder time surviving the next 4 years, her or us. Thankfully, we saw some changes in 10th grade. She might not have been on the right track just yet, but at least she was heading in that general direction. Then as a junior, things really clicked. Her behavior drastically improved, and so did her grades. She was nominated for our school-wide Positive Behavior Award at the end of her junior year and was a recipient of a class ring donated by Herff Jones. She has grown a lot over the years to reach her seat here today. We also see growth as a leader. One of our SGA students only joined as a freshman because one of the older students in there insisted that she do. She was one of the quieter members early on, but slowly grew comfortable and took a more active role each year. She went from being too shy to say much as a freshman to being a leader strong enough to be elected as senior class president and speak in front of 4,500 people today. Of course, as a school, we focus a lot on academic growth, which takes many forms for students. One student sitting here today would admit that he did not take his academics as seriously as he could have. The only class he really worried about was construction, so much so that he would ask to leave other classes just to work in the construction class. However, this year he showed academic growth that surprised me. In December, the students from Mrs. Caceres' 6th-period personal finance class asked if I would meet with them. When I did, they asked Ms. Caceres to leave the room, after which they began to tell me how great this new elective course was. Lots of students spoke in favor of the course, including the student from construction, who said he truly felt like he was learning things that would directly impact him now and after high school, and that all students should be required to take this course. This is a semester class, but these students were asking to stay in the class for the next semester, not because it was an easy one, but because of what they were all learning. You have all grown in numerous ways, many of you more than we know. I was surprised to learn about the growth of one young man made before he even started at Seminole Ridge. Everyone who knows this student sees him as outgoing, charismatic, a strong student, never really in trouble, extremely involved in numerous sports and community activities, lots of school spirit, and in many ways a model student. However, about a year ago I learned that this was not always the case. He admitted that he was a completely different student in middle school. Mr. Hatcher can attest that he spent so much time in the office at Western Pines, he needed his own desk. He was one of those students who you worry, even in middle school, may never graduate. Fortunately, he knew he needed to change, so he did. When I spoke with Mr. Hatcher about him, it was as if we were talking about two different people. I didn't recognize the student he was describing. I hope that every one of you remembers that you all have that same power to change your own path if you don't like the one you've chosen. Stories like that are why we have the elementary and middle school principals joining us on stage today, so they can see and congratulate all of you on your growth. At graduation, it's easy to focus on the end of your high school career. Most of you would say that you're happy that high school is ending and excited about what comes next. But many of you are quietly fearful about your future, and that's okay too. You don't have to have everything figured out just yet. You just have to keep growing. Look around. This room is filled with supporters who will still be here for you after today. Keep in mind that while graduation represents the end of one phase of your life, it's also the beginning of another. Remember that reaching today was a goal. John Dewey said, arriving at a goal is the starting point of another. A new phase of your life is starting tomorrow. Whether you're heading off to college, starting in the workplace, or joining the military, focus on the opportunities that lie ahead of you. Now that you have achieved the goal of a high school diploma, set your next goal. In closing, I want to share a piece by author Og Mandino that is excellent advice for everyone here today. Welcome every morning with a smile. Look on the new day as another special gift from your Creator, another golden opportunity to complete what you were unable to finish yesterday. Be a self-starter. Let your first hour set the theme of success and positive action that is certain to echo through your entire day. Today will never happen again. Don't waste it with a false start or no start at all. You were not born to fail. Dr. Avosa, I'm proud to present the Seminole Ridge Community High School graduating class of 2017. These students have met or exceeded the Palm Beach County School District and the state of Florida requirements for graduation.
Rowan Pelfrey. Alyssa Pace. Jasmine Tarakmi. Angelica Coelho. Jessica Hammett. Schwencia Claire Tian. Christy Kemper. Cody Rowland. Sydney Schulteis. Reagan Lee. Ashley Abraham. Rebecca Mocha. Madison Machado. Haley Coleman. Kylie Shivers. Santiago Rojas. Kaylee Campbell. Christian Lagos. Andrea Sackerman, Brianna Damichetti, Katie Moore, Diamond Blair, Ganesh Bisnoth, Stephen Benson, Ryan Bedell, Austin Balke, Malik Audi, Andrew Attaway, Caleb Anderson, Dustin Amara, Jonathan Almanzar, Matthew Almaguer, Talik Ali, Brandon Alfaro, Mo Afriat, Michael Adeyanju, Julian Ubru, Samantha Abbott, Natalie Hogwood, Amber Alicia, Paige Allen, Jane Alzane, Cassidy Anderson, Kelsey Andrews, Shanice Andrews, Olivia Astwood, Michaela Ball, Emily Beloga, Taylor Barbetta, Karina Becerra, Haley Bekowitz, Emily Bennett, Skylar Bensusan, Haley Bentrina, Julie Blair, Shelby Blakeney, Matthew Caston, Alec Castellanos, Christopher Casas, Richard Caruso, Brandon Cariotti, Taylor Caputo, Brody Capone, Christian Campbell, Corey Cabrera, Trey Burns, Chase Buchanan, Siddiqui Brown, Raymond Brown, Robert Brown, Kyle Bray, Trevor Braun, Robert Brady, Jeremy Boyd, Savannah Bloom, Christina Bobbick, Rhiannon Boffa, Haley Boots, Gabrielle Bozich, Hannah Brasseur, Brianna Brevick, Taylor Britt, Savannah Broberg, Toby Brown, Autumn Anuska Bird, Siani Caban, Emily Canales, Isabella Canestro, Kaylee Carpino, Kyla Carter, and Angela Chandler, Makita Charles, Amy Chung, Miguel de la Paz, Ethan Curran, Alexander Cruz, Christopher Cover, Chandler Corson, Dexter Coots, Jacob Cook LaPlante, Brady Cook, Max Connolly, Nicholas Colstock, Robert Collins, Jamal Cole, Trevor Cole, Vincent Siafi, Chase Shute, Jacob Church, Brendan Chernin, Raul Chacon, Andres Castro, Jordan Chung Lee, Brooke Cantino, Satara Thomas, Josie Coyne, Dakota Kreider, Janelle Cruz, Julie De Silva, Amanda DaCosta, Sarah DeVoe, Haley Diascro, Cheyenne Dodson, Kiana Dominguez, Brittany Dominguez, Alani Dubrac, Victoria Ellis, Leslie Encarnacion, Lauren Erickson, Daniela Espinoza, Brandon Galizia, David Fuentes, David Froelich, Nathan Frank, Michael Fontecchio, Tyler Eufrasio, Jonathan Etienne Jones, Adam Ekman, Mason Dumont, Robert Doolin, Carson Dindal, Joshua Diller, Jacob Dibble, Manny Diaz, Joseph DeZago, Kevin Devine, Charles Desholmes, Timothy H. Dellinger, Cameron Delgado, Althea Fairweather, Cassidy Farjad, Naya Figueroa, Skylar Philman, Josie Fisher, Emily Fisher, Kennedy Fleming, Ariana Floyd, Alessandra Fortunato, Sydney Fox, Jordan Frank, Cheyenne Franklin, Allison Freeman, Alina Gale, Emily Galicia, Nika Gamble, Leilanis Garcia, Jocelyn Garcia, Leslie Garcia, Christopher Hart, Adam Hargesheimer, Jake Hinkins, Rudolph Hall, Dwayne Hall, Matthew Ginnaw, Joseph James Grillo, Austin Greco, Spencer Gray, Deshaun Grady, Thomas Schoolsby, George Michael Gonzalez III, Francisco Gonzalez, Christian Gonzalez, Leonard Gomez, Darius Gilks, Clayton Gibson, Logan Gattias, Evan Garcia, Justina Garland, Rebecca Georgiano, Crystal Gilbert, Vanessa Goas, Bailey Godoy, Carly Gomez, Brianna Gonzalez, Sophia Gonzalez, Yasile Gonzalez, Kayla Grimes, Alexandra Guevarez, Courtney Hambright, Cammie Hamilton, Haley Harvey, Kelsey Heckman, Samantha Hine, Rebecca Herman, Eva Michelle Hernandez, Caitlin Hetchler, Andre Jagai, Jordan Jackson, Ethan Ives, Robert Hunt, Ryan Howell, Cooper James Hauska, Bryce Hill, DeHaven Hilaire, Cole Higgins, Brendan Higgins, Brandon Hidalgo, Larry Hicks, Joseph Herzog, Matthew Raphael Hernandez, Greg Bubba Henry, Jacob Heiser, Michael Hayes, Clayton Harvey, Owen Hardigan, Samantha Higdon, Kendall Higgs, Alana Hotelling, Caitlin Hewlin, Emily Hunter, Courtney Hurst, Amanda Iozio, Amy Iozio, Lily Amber Itzikowitz, Melanie Hymas, Madison Joio, Latasia Johnson, Megan Keene, Sydney King, Amber Kitchen, Danielle Nabenshu, Michelle Knight, Emily Kula, Paola Landa, Kyler Lasagna, Will Kropfeld, Max Kolb, Keith Knight, Logan Kipper, Tremaine King, Paul Kelly, Robert Carney, Riley Katz, Noah Katz, Ronald Kaizen, Danielle Joyner, William Joseph, Jake Jones, Christopher Jones, Hunter Jones, Seth Jean-Baptiste, Brandon Jean, Jason Jetslaw, Autumn Langworthy, Ariella Lanza, Fritziana Laurent, Taylor Licala, Kylie Leva, Kiana Lewis Francis, Brianna Long, Claire Lewis, Bianca Luciano Cilio, Francesca LaCue, Shelley Machado, Allison Mahari, Yamalek Maldonado, Alyssa Manger, Talia Manuel, Ashley Markle, Kaylee Martin, Christiana Martinez, Giovanni Martinez, Nicholas Martinez, Bryce Martin, Michael Marseille, Bradley McQueen, Tyler McMillan, Dylan Lyons, Zachary Lupowitz, Christian Lugo, Hilton Luciano, Randy Lubischer, Jeff T. Lubin, Lex Long, Alua Lee, Justin Levy, Jonathan Levy, Daniel Leon, Thomas Leon, Eric Leon, Danielle Massey, Allison McConnell, Alexa Mearns, Alyssa Medina, Catherine Miller, Samantha Milstead, Courtney Mingle, Clara Montour, Kristen Moore, Takaya Nixon, Vanessa Nogueda, Megan Northrup, Taylor Ablo, Ashlyn Parada, Cassandra Petrona, Mackenzie Pelletier, Madison Perone, Mariella Pina, Giovanni Poli, Austin Parada, Zachary Parisi, Roberto Ortez, Samuel James Orban III, Casey Omen, Adrian Navoa, Trey Nichols, Jidson Nassis, William Muniz, Nicholas J. Mullen, Antonio Moreno, Jared Michael Miller, Jared C. Miller, Joyvan Miles, Case Mewborn, Zachary Matheny, Isaac McDowell, Jack McDonald, Felix Matei, Julianne Ramirez, Nadia Ramjan, Jordan Dornell Randon, Erica Reeves, Amelia Reynoso, Jessica Rode, Bridget Riddle, Alexandria Rivera, Nicole Rivera, Caitlin Rizza, Taylor Rizzo, Jocelyn Rodriguez, Caitlin Reprochio, Nicole Rosenthal, Rebecca Roy, Danielle Russo, Amanda Salvino, Beatrice Santana, Jacqueline Santana, Enrique Rotana, Marcus Raymond, Jeremy Raymond, Matthew Ranieri, Anil Raghunasinghe, Matthew Pulver, Dabrian Pusey, Alex Ramcharit, Corey Pritchett, Michael Potter, Alexander Porras, Michael Porath, Doreen Piloto, Nicholas Perone. Justin Perez, Eddie Pereira, Brady Pennypacker, Pedro Juan Esteban, Justin Paul Perez, Sydney Shabert, Nicole Schriefer, Rachel Semple, Juliana Singer, Adriana Serrano, Tara Shai Moritz, Ashley Serdar, Martina Snarsky, Sierra Fox Solis, Megan Spangenberg, Carly Sprague, Kiana St. Aubin, Lindsay Sturgeon, Nathalie Sutherland, Julie Swartz, Christiana Sylvester, Kiera Sylvester, Emma Theory, Jason Schieber, John Satley, Michael Sanchez, Isaac St. Eloy, Evan Ryan, Cody Roy, Brennan Rosner, Jose Rosiles, Anthony Rose, James Roman, Daniel Rodriguez, Alexander Rodriguez, Carlos Rodriguez, William Rodier, Nicholas Rockwood, Dustin Robinson, Joseph Rizzo, Adam Rindeau, Alan Reyna, Rochelle Torres, Taylor Tussell, Cheyenne Brooke Trevors, Alyssa Van Walligam, Ashley Gabriela Vasquez, Taylor Penica, Ciara Vega, Veronica Yasmin Velez, Lyric Verkenis, Nicole Weber, Alyssa Whidden, Gabrielle White, Caitlin Williams, Leland Woodard, Lacey Ann Yee, Ashley Youngblood, Lily Zunis, Pamela Bonilla, Deidre Duchatelier, Ross Thrash, Christian Perot, Keith Delanian, Lawson Safranek, Dakota Sweat, Scott Sullivan, Shane Sullivan, Ben Stanislas, Andrew Suthomavang, Tyler Solek, Shamari Smith Moore, Danielle Malik Singleton, Jake Simpson, Brandon Sieber, Carlton Sidden, yep. Cole Scruggs, Lane Scruggs, Michael Schultz, Samantha Mangoni, Carly Yesbeck, Tiffany Scalise, Hannah Murray, Emily Higgins, Griffin Yawn, Jimmy Wright, Colton Wright, Joseph Aaron Wong, Daniel Christopher Wiseman, Kyle Wimpelberg, Justin Whitehead, Nathan Weiss, Tyler Webb, Stephen Watts, Nathan Warman, Logan Waltersdorf, Miguel Villegas, Kevin Vega, Carlos Valadares, Mark Valdez, Jonathan Ulrich, Philip Tran, Jared Tolbert, Christian Torres, Malik Black, Christopher Moraine, Leighton Cotterell, Fiebert Pierre Lewis, Lawrence Laboussiere, Joe Batanzos, Nicholas Pleska, Jose Duenas, Tyler Wilt, Killian Cornley, Andreas Villavicencio, Mick Vasquez, John Zimmerman, Kevin Zambrano, Stephen Youssef, Hunter Young,
At this time, Madison Machado, president of the class of 2017, will return to the podium to lead the class in the turning of the tassels. Students, please stand.
The turning of the tassel is symbolic and steeped in tradition. Moving the tassel from right to left signifies that we have completed all the requirements for graduation. Seniors, please turn your tassels.
Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2017. Best wishes as you soar into the future. But you know I've got to hear it just one more time. Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Great job, guys. Congratulations.